So he is asking next question. Several electric bulbs designed to be used on a 220 volt electric supply line are rated 10 watt. How many lamps can be connected in parallel with each other across two wires of 220 volt line if the maximum allowable current is 5 amps? So what he has given? V he has given 220 volt. Okay. And I is given, I is equal to 5 amps. So that is maximum. So N is question mark. And P is given, P is equal to 10 watt. Okay. Now N number of bulbs, N bulbs of power P, each connected in parallel will make the total power is equal to N into P. So we know that I is equal to P by V. P is what? Number of bulbs. So that is equal to N into P by V. We want to calculate N, separate it out. So N is equal to I into V divided by P. Okay. I has given, it is 5 amps into V he has given 220 volt divided by P 10 watt. So if you simplify this, you will get 110 bulbs. So 110 bulbs can be connected to a given circuit, that is parallel connection with 220 volt line. Like that, one line you have to make. So here he is asking a hot plate of electric oven connected to a 220 volt line has two resistance of coils A and B. So each of 24 ohm resistance, which may be used separately, series and parallel. So what are the currents in the three cases? He is asking. He is having two resistances A and B, and he is telling each is having 24 ohm resistance. Individually you calculate the current, series you connect and also calculate current, parallel you connect and you calculate the current, like that he is asking. So okay, what he has given? V he has given 220 volt and resistance he has given 24 ohm. Now individual what you will get? So I is equal to V by R. So V is 220 volt divided by R is 24 ohm. You simplify, you will get 9.16 amps. In both of them, both if you take, same current will be flowing. This is individual. What about series? Series, that means resistance you will get 24 ohm plus 24 ohm. So which is equal to 48 ohm. Now I we have to calculate. I is equal to V by R. V is 220 volt and R is, we got 48 ohm. So if we simplify this, you will get 4.58 amp. This is series. Now parallel. Parallel. Parallel means 1 divided by Rp is equal to 1 divided by A plus 1 divided by B is equal to 1 divided by 24 plus 1 divided by 24. 1 divided by 24 you take common factor, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 by 24. 2 1 ja, 2 1 ja, 2 2 ja. So that means 1 divided by 12. That is 1 divided by Rp. So Rp is equal to, therefore Rp is equal to 12 ohm. Okay, now current we have to calculate for this. So this is parallel connection, this is series connection, this is individual connection is equal to V by R. So V means 220 volt divided by R 12. We got 12 ohm. So if you simplify this, you will get 18.3 amp. So IP you will get 18.3 amp and IS you will get 4.58 amp and individual you will get 9.16 amp. So this is the answer. So next question, compare the power used in 2 ohm resistor in each of the following circuits. 6 volt battery in series with 1 ohm and 2 ohm resistor. A 4 volt battery in parallel with 12 ohm and 2 ohm resistors. So here he is having two type connections. One is series and another one is parallel. And he is asking power used in 2 ohm resistor. So for series connection he has given us some data, that is V is equal to 6 volt, R is equal to R1 is equal to 1 ohm and R3 is equal to, R2 is equal to 2 ohm. So now RS is equal to resistance in series is equal to 3 ohm. Correct, na? So he is having a 2 resistors in series. So this is 1, this is 2. So 1 ohm, 2 ohm, R1 and R2. So current flowing is same. Correct, na? Then I we have to calculate. I is equal to V by R. So V is given 6 volt divided by R we got 3 ohm is equal to 2 amp. So I is equal to 2 amp. Okay. Since current flowing is the same in both resistors, okay, power used in 2 ohm resistor is how much? So P1 is equal to I square into R. So we got I square that means 2 square into resistance 2 is equal to 8 watt. So P1 is equal to 8 watt. Now we will go to parallel connection. Here what he has given, V is equal to 4V and power used at 2 ohm resistor P2 is equal to V square by R. Okay. So V square he has given 4, that means 4 square. So this is parallel connection. He is asking at 2 ohm resistor. So that means this is 2 is equal to 16 by 2 is equal to 8 watt. So P2, how much we got? 8 watt. So compare between these resistors with power. That means P1 by P2 is equal to 8 watt by 8 watt is equal to 1. So ratio of P1 and P2 is 1. See here what he has asked. 2 lamps, one rated 100 watt at 220 volt and the other 60 watt at 220 volt are connected in parallel to electric main supply. What current is drawn from the line if the supply voltage is 220? So he is having 2 resistors, that means 2 bulbs. So this is R1 and this is R2. R1 and R2. This is 100 watt and this is 60 watt. So given what he has given for R1, V is equal to 220 volt. Okay, and P1 he has given. P1 is equal to 100 watt. So I1 we have to calculate. So second part also he has given V is equal to 220 volt and P2 is equal to 60 watt and I2 is question mark. That means here is connected one ammeter. You want to know the how much current it is consuming, and here also you connected one ammeter. You want to know how much current it is consuming. Okay. So now R1 is equal to V square by P is equal to V square. V square means 220 whole square. Okay. Divided by and also V square divided by P1 100 watt. So R1 is 220 whole square divided by 100 watt. So R2 you will see. R2 is equal to same 220 whole square divided by 60 and V square watt. Okay. Now current consumed at R1, that is I1 is equal to V divided by R1 is equal to, so V 220 volt divided by R1, how much you got? This you can write it as 220 volt into 220 volt divided by 100 watt. So this still, if you simplify this, you will get I1 is equal to 220 volt divided by 220 volt into 220 volt. This will take it to top 100 watt. So 220 volt cancel. So we will get 100 watt divided by 220 volt. If you simplify this, you will get 0.45 amp. That means I1 is equal to 0.45 amps. So this much of current is flowing through R1. And second we will see, second. So R2, that means I2 is equal to V by R2. So V is equal to 220 volt divided by R2 means 220 volt into 220 volt divided by 60 watt. So if you simplify this, you will get 220 volt divided by 220 volt into 220 volt into 60 watt. So this one cancel. So you will get 60 watt divided by 220 volt. So if you simplify this, you will get 0.27 amp. Okay. So I2 is equal to 0.27 amp. Now current drawn from the line. So this fellow R1 is drawing 0.45 amps and R2 is drawing 0.27 amps. Then how much current they are drawing? So that is equal to I1 plus I2. I is equal to I1 plus I2 is equal to 0.45 amps plus 0.27 amps is equal to 0.72 amps. This is the answer.